Hello everyone, welcome back to Danganronpa, where it is time to do an investigation.
Sounds like fun. Might want to ask that Vileplume right there.
Oh my god, that's a group of Vileplumes.
That's what they look like.
Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere that may be important from one end to the other. I just need to do what I always do.
Okay.
Alright, start top to bottom. The Monokuma flower, huh? Is it true? Does it really eat paper, plastic, and people? Anyway, I don't think it's related to the case, so I think I'll just stay away. Alright, that's it.
Good idea.
Start with a
knife.
Knife. That's the one from the room. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this... It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Wait, is this... That's it! It's the knife that person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. That same knife was used to stab that same masked attacker we found here. It's not the same person, though. I don't think. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because...
I see the nails. Or unless they're wearing gloves.
Right. Or... I mean, I can't imagine they would leave a detail like that out if that was important.
Mm-hmm.
When they attacked, I was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. And maybe then but that wouldn't make any sense. And if this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask?
It's not Kyoko.
No. I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. Alright. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe then I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not.
There's that symbol again.
Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they'd get in the way of normal activity. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like it's a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. Alright. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. From when we... Yeah. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Alright. Stab wound, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. Alright. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? Oh! That's gonna help us pinpoint the time of murder. Because if the body had been there before 7:30 in the morning, the body would have been wet because the sprinklers.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now. Okay. Alright, let's check.
Yeah. Unless someone messed with the sprinkler system.
Wait, no. There's still something else we haven't looked at.
Are you sure?
Yep, up there. Up by the chest. We haven't done that one.
We already did this. This is the first one we did.
I don't think so.
Also, the top half of the body is wet. Yeah, we saw this.
I thought we saw it from the outside.
I don't think so.
Okay.
These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where? Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later. Fragments near your dead body has been added. Okay. This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed. Huh? Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then, if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet, which would mean the murder must have taken place. So so it was between 7:30 and 9 a.m.
Okay.
Because remember, Byakuya told Toko that she had till 9 o'clock to get the was it the pickaxe?
Oh yeah.
And they were like, it's 8:59. so the time of death was between 7:30 and 9.
Okay. Listen, Makoto. Do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up?
If I remember right. He was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Ah, see, that also means it had to have been recent. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody, but for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
Wow, thanks. It's a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked.
Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better too. So thank you, too. Body before the explosion, okay. I remember that there were some chickens in the chicken coop.
There's still 4 chickens.
I count 4 chickens. Huh? 4?
Yo.
What's going on, Mako? Wasn't it 5?
Oh, there was 5 chickens.
Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Ugh, of course. There were precisely 5. Yeah, because he went on about 5. Yeah, right? What's wrong?
El
There's
Chupanibre.
only... Huh?
Is that El Chupanibre?
There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. Huh? Ugh. That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared. I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hiro and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Well, we don't know why the chickens were there in the first place.
So who does that body belong to? Whoever it is. I'm not gonna look. I don't want to feed anymore. Alright, well she's not getting much help. Alright. Our good buddies over here.
It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and? Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock, as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to go get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? So it's probably 9 on the dot. Ah, there we go. That's right. It had to have been right around 9 o'clock. Oh, now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. Alright, when the body was found, okay.
Alright, what does our buddy have to say?
Good timing, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you. What do you want to talk about?
In other words,
I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi? Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now, and what's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? The murder took place after nighttime. How can you know for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going to look around for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words,
So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. Why didn't anyone come get us? Like, if they went to their rooms to go get them, why didn't anyone come get us?
I have no idea. Maybe they tried and we didn't answer because we were in some weird drug trip.
We were, but that's weird that they didn't try to get us. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
that's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. And also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well. But you never came to the door, so where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth, I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so that's hardly an alibi. I know. And so, what now? You seem to be at quite the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Oh, that's just a security camera. The shed.
Yeah.
Just to be sure, I should take a look at the tool shed. This room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. Alright, what do we got? Alright, let's start with the tarp.
It's a trap.
It's a tarp. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside is totally clean and completely dry. And one side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. I really hope there aren't any clues hidden in the fertilizer. These tools have nothing to do with the case. There's something carved. Alright, we already crazy. Yeah, I was gonna say that's not anything new.
Flower pots, and I think that's it.
Well, a lot more.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything.
Nope. Kind of doubting the flower pots too, but we should probably look at everything. Okay. So that's everything I can see. Alright, let's get out of here. I think I've checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check, specifically that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicion. And I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true. Was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room...
It's all clear now.
Yeah.
Just give.
I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me borrow her room key. Hey, Byakuya? If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later, at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all. And of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then, will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see. Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not.
I dislike him. I wish it was him that was dead.
Come back later, huh? Yeah, I feel like we're stuck with all of, like, the worst characters.
I don't
Hiro's useless, Toko's useless.
I don't mind Hina.
I don't mind Hina, but she's not horribly helpful
Yeah.
at these things. Okay, in the meantime, I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area.
What one area? I don't remember where that.
I
is.
don't. Oop.
Is there an exclamation point on our map? Maybe that'll help.
Not on that one.
It's in the gym.
Could be. Oh, it's not. It can't be a fragment from Monokuma. That wouldn't make sense. Nope. Yeah, I guess so. Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
It's the bomb. Oh. And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden.
Or the bomb.
Yeah. Okay, I've checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I want the map. Man, I'm curious to see how airtight their alibis end up being, because I'm like, obviously it's not us.
Right.
Could it be Kyoko? I don't.
Seems kind of obvious that she's not here.
Right. You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Wait for me. Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. The head pointed me in the right direction. There's Byakuya. Wrong button. Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then... And it's open. Looks like it, thanks. So, this is Kyoko's room. There's something on the table. It's a woodblock decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
Certainly possible.
But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. The dojo? Alright, so let's head to the dojo after we look around here. Can we... No, we can't rifle through. I don't see anything interesting here. At least not as far as the case is concerned.
The bathroom door is the only other thing.
Here's the bathroom. She might have certain articles hanging out to dry. I'd better not look inside. Really?
What?
You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. Clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
On.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here? Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know. Earlier, Kyoko gave me something.
It's true.
I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it. What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it.
Interesting.
Well, something certainly happened, so open it. Okay.
Why would you do this with him there?
I was gonna say, this can't be good. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets? That's all that was in there? Yeah, it looks like it.
Under
the
her
sh-
sheets of her bed.
I was gonna say, this should be pretty obvious. Under the sheets, what could it be? Jesus.
Her bed.
But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets... What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Class number 78 student registry. Mukuro Ikusaba?
I see.
It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. Key and something, yep. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, so this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. Name, Mikuro Ikusaba. Sex female, the ultimate soldier.
Ooh.
Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Mukuro's profile has been added, okay. The Ultimate Soldier, a mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's nonfiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That's how I saw things as just an ordinary person. But then,
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers, but they do have their uses and they always get the job done, and that's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. And I have to say I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir is already...
Found it.
Wow! I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player and a bit player is becoming our hero. That's you. What have you got in your pretty little hand there? Uh-oh, you found her profile. So what if we did?
Hey.
Don't freak out on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Rule violations really so unforgivable. You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course.
Absolutely. I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is now, can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Uh-oh. Interesting. It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in the killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking, I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
When you all first got together in the main hallway, back when there were 15 people there, right? Oh wait, that's Monokuma. I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. Misunderstanding, are you saying...
in other words,
That's right, there weren't actually 15 of you.
yes indeed.
The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. 16, then...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair.
I'm trying to figure out, like, how many times are we going to see this scene?
I know. Should start a counter on that.
The 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba, she's part of the school life, so the one making all the regulations is... Tom, did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes, indeed.
Makes sense?
Well, now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kiriguri, so I'm going to share a little secret with you. Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. Didn't we say that at the beginning, that she probably wore them because her hands were messed up?
Do you remember the symbol on that corpse's body that had a dog in it? I bet you it's Fenrir. Or a wolf.
Yep.
So.
Ooh, good. Good catch. So, then that means that the body definitely can't be Kyoko. I mean, we already assumed,
We
but...
assumed that already, yeah. It's funny because remember my whole Junko theory, which it's probably not even a theory, but when they went through all the students and you can see it, that hand isn't shown. We just went through that. But the nails are the same. So.
Interesting. What?
And my thing is, and granted we haven't seen the Ultimate Soldier, but I just can't see her wearing long fingernails like that.
What? Right.
Doesn't seem practical. But anyways.
Interesting. Okay. Now, that's all you get.
Yeah, Monokuma.
Peace out.
We got Monokuma's account.
Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars. Wait, so on the back of her hand, the tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars. Which means those fake nails on the corpse couldn't be Kyoko. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh? Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap?
Such ignorance.
Yeah, it must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here. And obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules of the game. But why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case?
Certainly possible.
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer? I think she killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? No, in fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began. But, based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. I think she's the killer. What is... No, she's not that she's a killer, she's the one who's dead. Huh? What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
In other words,
Mukuro gave us information that would raise questions about her, would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense then to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible, but that's really true. If Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected. Well, are you coming? Alright, we'll,
Dojo time on the next episode.
that. Alright, yeah, we'll investigate the dojo in the next episode. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.